dedico la canción soltera.
La canción soltera, yeah.
Se ve que ella no está puesta para el amor. Yeah, yeah. Pero eso cambiará cuando ella me vea, girl.
Porque lo sepas.
Porque ella me ha cupido a pedirle un favor. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Esperando tu DM, pa' que invites una ronda más, pa' que su labio me bese ya y se repita lo de ayer. Esperando tu DM. Pa' que la noche haga lo suyo, que la fluidez le gane al orgullo y que sea lo que tú quieras ser.
Okay, so today was the first time in I don't know how long that for my lunch I sat and ate my meal in silence, and I wasn't scrolling, I wasn't reading, I wasn't listening to anything. And I feel like I needed that because, like how we talked about how I consume so much content on the daily basis that sometimes I don't even know what opinions and ideas are mine. I think what I was trying to say with that is that I wasn't giving my brain enough time to process the thoughts that I have. And I always tell you that my mind is going a million miles per hour. And that's because I spend most of my day processing and trying to understand other people's way of thinking, but not leaving enough room to process my own thoughts, you know? And I already feel like so much calmer. It's so strange. It's almost like how I feel after I meditate, because I guess it's the same idea, right? It's like you sit down with yourself in silence, but I've never taken time to just be by myself, at least in a long time.
Repetiría 1,000 veces la noche que te vi. Sabía que era ese hombre que me hace reír y me hace creer que yo soy la mujer que se merece algo puro y no solo pa'
Y tú sabes, podrán robarme tu presencia, pero nunca lo que siento por ti, baby, aunque siento ausencia. Y son errores de la vida, enamorarme de alguien con la que sufrí, otro hombre le servía. Porque no sé si fueron los besos, pero sé que algo pasa acá. Quieres de frenesí, pero fue así, me enamoré de ti. No sé si fueron los besos, pero sé que algo pasa acá. Porque se me ocurrió, sí sé que nunca podré tenerte, yeah. Eres perfecta al momento equivocado, yeah. Ay, qué pecado. Me enamoré de la luna, siendo sol sabiendo que no estaremos juntos, ya, yeah. Baby, no gano ni una, te llevo en mi corazón, porque en la vida yo no puedo, mi amor. Mami, no me utilices como si fuera un boomerang que viene y se va. Así que mami, no me utilices como si fuera un boomerang que viene y se va. No sé si fueron los besos, pero sé que algo pasa acá. Querías de frenesí, pero fue así, me enamoré de ti.
Hello, my fearless friends. Welcome back to my channel. I know it's a little late in the vlog to be saying hello, but I figured it'd be better to do it now than to completely forget and just be like,
Hey, this is what's going on in my life right now.
If you're new to my channel, hello, my name is Natalie. Thank you for taking time out of your day to check out my channel.
Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and interact with the comment pinned down below. That really helps out my channel. And if you're this far into the video, might as well just do it already.
You can take your subscription back if you don't really feel like we are aligned.
No hard feelings whatsoever.
Okay, so let's talk about it. There's a couple of things that I wanted to talk about in reference to New Year's. I think that I have always been, especially after getting into eating disorder recovery and getting into therapy, I feel like I have been very into personal development, but because of my OCD and my extremism, is that a word? I don't know if that's a word. I've talked about it before on my channel. I am very black and white in my thinking, and I've talked about how I am trying to find more colorful thoughts.
Polarized thinking is that tendency to rigidly assess anything as being good or bad, right or wrong, helpful or harmful. It's the type of thinking that tricks us into believing that our only options are to be successful or a failure, to be loved or to be hated, to have it all figured out or to be completely lost. That all or nothing mindset doesn't make room for a middle ground. It keeps us from seeing the world as being nuanced and full of shades of gray.
And I've always been somebody who loves the new year. This year, on the 31st, 𝗿𝗲𝗹𝗁 and I actually went on a date. We were driving to the restaurant and he asked me like, hey, do you feel any sort of motivation today? Like knowing that tomorrow we're going to be in a new year, because he knows that I love new beginnings, I love a Monday, I love the new year, I love monthly resets, vision boards, all of the things. But I hadn't had any conversations with him about what my resolutions were for this upcoming year of 2023. And I think the reason that I'm not feeling the new year, new me magic is because I have been focusing more on building habits and not focusing so much on the end destination. And I think that when I would set resolutions in the past, it was very firm on like an end date, and it was very like final, like this is what it is and I'm going to do whatever I can to get there, and if I don't get it done, then I am a failure. And I'm trying so hard to move away from that way of thinking, because I'm at a point in my life where I have realized that my proficiencies in life and the things that I can pour into is going to ebb and flow. I'm not going to be able to give myself 100% to all of the life categories that I want to, because life happens. And now that I'm a mom, I'm learning that you really don't know what to expect. So instead of setting myself up with this idea that I'm going to do everything 100%, I want to focus on just trying to remain on top of the habits that make me feel good, but also extending grace to myself by telling myself that you're not going to be able to check off every single box every single day, and that's okay, because that doesn't mean that the boxes that you did check were worth nothing. Because that's how I used to feel. It was a very all or nothing mentality. So yeah, I feel pretty good about it, because I feel like this way of thinking has helped me so much more with my relationship with food, with my relationship with movement, with everything really. Like, I just wish that I could tell you guys so much more about how much removing myself out of the black and white thinking, the all or nothing thinking, has helped me cope with the curveballs that life throws at you. I feel good. Mentally, I feel capable of handling hard, heavy stuff, but I also feel good in the sense that I feel like I'm taking care of myself and I'm not beating myself up as much as I used to in the past, because I'm starting to understand that I don't have to give my all. I don't have to end the day exhausted, burnt out, and miserable to be worthy. It's like a big shift, and so every day I take it as a new beginning. Every day I'm going to wake up with a different level of energy. Every day I'm going to wake up needing different connections, and that could be connection with my body, That could be connection with my husband, with my daughter. And I am being more intentional with what my mind, body, and soul ask of me. I'm trying really hard to really listen. It's weird because I've even been getting up in the morning and I've been asking my body, like,
what do you need from me? Do you need to stretch? Do you need meditation? Are you hungry?
I think this is a good thing for me. I think this is where I'm going to really harvest that nurturing relationship with my body and my mind. Although I didn't sit down and set New Year's resolutions, I kind of did I would say a January monthly reset. And it was more focused on the habits that I want to build and long-term goals. But again, I'm being very flexible with them because I feel like if I label it a New Year's resolution, it's like something that I have to stick to for the whole year. And that just feels very scary to me to put my head back into that all or nothing. Yeah, I will be sharing with you guys every single category that I planned for and what my intentions are within that category, whether it's health and wellness, career and personal development, parenting, all of that stuff. It's all actually going to be its own separate video. So this is why I kind of wanted to do this video to explain what my plan is going forward for at least these next couple of months. And I do want to say, if you did set a New Year's resolution, I think you should be proud of yourself. I think anytime somebody takes a minute to self-reflect and say, I want to be this type of person. I want to reinvent myself. I want to become the better version of myself that's happier, that's healthier, that shows up for my family and friends, etc. Those are beautiful things, and you should not feel bad for setting New Year's resolutions. But just remember, it's going to take a lot of practice to build those habits and make it something that's permanent in your life. And also, just because you can't stick to it 100%, it does not mean that you're any less of a person. And the only way to get better at something is with practice. And it's unrealistic to say that when you're trying to create a new routine, a new habit, that you're not going to fail. I don't know. I mean, at least for me, I've learned that as a human, you're going to continue to fail at the things that are important to you. And that's okay. Because what matters is that you keep going, because it's important to you. So for example, with my health, I am not consistent all of the time. I don't get to show up 5 days a week, but I'm going to keep showing up when I can, because it is important for me to be able to keep up with my daughter, keep up my endurance just for my own health, so that I can take care of my body as I continue to age and just keep myself taken care of, you know? I don't know if that makes any sense, but that is why I did not set New Year's resolutions. I don't know. So even though I didn't set New Year's resolutions, I still have a lot of intentions and habits that I want to follow through with in this year. And I will be sharing my journey with those in the upcoming videos. So I hope that if you've gotten this far into the video, you've liked, commented, or subscribed, or all three, because you're already this far into the video, so why not? I love you guys so much. I hope you guys are staying fearless, and I will see you next week. Bye!